This journal article came across my email. We both found it kind of interesting. So this is an article titled "The Association Between Marijuana Laws and Suicide Among 12 to 25-year-olds in the United States from 2000 to 2019." This was just released in 2023. I'm not sure the month, but in the Journal of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. So Joon, I mean, what were your first thoughts, seeing this title and reading through this article a little bit?
Well, the first reaction to the title is, golly, that's awfully specific.
Right.
You're narrowing it down to such a narrow subset of groups. And in fact, I think the study goes on to say that female youth aged 12 to 24 and youth of both sexes aged 14 to 16 living in states with legalized medical marijuana or recreational marijuana between 2000 and 2019 had higher rates of death by suicide than youth in states with no such laws. So it even further kind of divides the categories that they're referring to. So my initial reaction was like, man, that sounds a little bit nitpicky.
Right. And so, I mean, this study was kind of interesting. It looked at all 50 states and, it's I think we all can agree that the attitude and legalization of marijuana has radically changed over the last 20 years. And I mean, I think we do need to just highlight and also pause on this statistic. Between 2000 and 2019, in ages 12 through 25, there was 113,000 suicide deaths. Remember, this is not including suicide attempts. This is, as we like to say, or not like to say, but we, completed suicide, like someone who actually was able to end their life. It's incredibly, incredibly sad. And, there are some statistics that I do just want to highlight. The statistics of young men and young women attempting suicide is very different. Let's see if I can pull this up here. So our results showed that male youth were 3 times more likely than female youth to die by suicide. So pretty scary. Let's see. Sorry, I can't zoom this in. Okay. So, but females do attempt suicide more frequently. And, it does seem to me that, if we look at this time period, year 2000 through 2020, one of the biggest changes outside of just marijuana that we can look at is social media. And so anything that involves this time period in females, that's the first thing that I even think about. Even aside from suicide, it's like, I think that social media is leading to, this demographic having more mental health issues.
Okay, hold on, Logan. I have several comments there. So I'm going to address the social media one first, because that is a thought that crossed my mind as well. So smartphones became ubiquitous in our pockets around 2010-ish, around there.
Probably.
And that's when everybody, started getting on social media, even with, the youngest of our population. And the legalization of recreational marijuana, at least, the earliest case was, I believe it was Colorado. I can't remember if it was Colorado or Alaska, but it was 2012. So That's the earliest, and that was the earliest it was implemented. Several other states picked it up in 2014.
Now, legalization, are you saying recreation?
Recreation. Okay. Yeah. At least I believe that's what the table that was provided in this study was saying. And in states like California, it was as late as 2016. Okay. Right. So there is a little bit of a discrepancy there. And I do have some graphs to show you later on regarding that. Second point that I want to bring up is with the completed suicide rates of males, boys versus girls. So boys is about 3 times higher than girls. However, the concern with girls is that they're catching up. The rate of increase is a lot faster than in boys. So that's the big concern with girls. Although overall boys are still completing more suicides, the rate of increase is much higher in girls compared to boys.